All right. So this is meant to just be like kind of reference information. I turned the audio off in the game. Um, well, I just muted it really. So that way I can explain this. So this is meant to just go over different traversal features with Just Cause 4. First, obviously, is walking around. Oh, I forgot to show you the controls. So I'm using Gamepad right now. So this is what it looks like on foot. Okay. And then using the wingsuit. Okay. Now, oddly enough, they don't show it for uh, the hoverboard, but there is a hoverboard, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty much just pressing the right thumbstick, and then yeah, it toggles the hoverboard as you can see, and then it just kind of acts as on foot. So they're probably using that actually. So, so first I'm going to show what the hoverboard looks like. So as you can see in the right side of the screen, it shows tap the right thumbstick. So I'm going to do that and it immediately launches me when I'm not even pressing forward or anything like that. I can lean, I can pull back, and it stops me, and I just kind of automatically cancel out. I did not press anything to cancel out there. I can manually cancel out too. So if I press it again, see, it does that. Uh, I can also do it while in the water. So I'm just going to show this really quickly. So I'm going to fall in the water. All right, I can also swim, by the way. That's pretty much about as far as I go. But if I activate the hoverboard, I launch out and I go over here, I can also jump while on the hoverboard, but if I jump again, it pulls out this. I can also activate the hoverboard while falling and flying and stuff, and it will just kind of fall to the ground, like as if I'm falling. And then, yeah, so I'm gonna disable it. I'm gonna swim in the water kind of deep so you can see this animation that plays, which is he pulls out the hoverboard, flies up, and then launches out, and then boom, it's really stylish and everything. I can also activate the wingsuit from here, which I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna jetpack over. Well, let me just spam over. You can also use the grapple hook to pull yourself in and continue gaining momentum with the hoverboard. So I think that's about it for the hoverboard. I can just keep doing this. I can fall. Oh yeah, let me show you what it looks like when I'm falling with it. So I can activate the hoverboard right now. I'm gonna do that. See, just pretty much falling, no fall damage, just kind of daintily fall down. Let me do that again. All right. You notice my momentum kind of dropped off a little bit as I was getting closer. So now I'm going to show the grapple hook so I can grapple to a spot. I can also do different grapples and it'll break and it'll attach me to whatever I'm attached to. I can also attach upside down and it will just kind of hang me there. Um, I can also, what else? While I'm grappling, I can press the left trigger and it will grapple me faster, which follows the same rules when pulling for wingsuit, the glide, and the hoverboard. Uh, the hoverboard is a DLC item, by the way. So, all right. Next is the parachute. So the parachute, you have to activate it while you're in the air, and you have to be high enough. So obviously, like this. Typically, this is from Just Cause 2, so you would actually, in Just Cause 2, you would just you would activate the parachute, use the grapple, and pull yourself in, and you would gain momentum and gain height as well. I can also use the left trigger to speed up the grapple and gain more momentum. What else? I can also re-engage the parachute multiple times as much as I want, that kind of thing, just tapping the A button. What else? Let me actually do this again. So I'm gonna stop. Nope, hit B. B is usually like the brake button as well. So as you can tell, even while I'm not pressing input, the glide is still going. The parachute is still moving, all that sort of fun stuff. I can still shoot while gliding, while I'm turning. This is using gamepad. I will show keyboard and mouse momentarily after showcasing all the gamepad versions. All right, so once I get past a certain threshold, it locks my camera and I can't rotate anymore, but it starts rotating the glide with me, the parachute. So let me do this so I get a little bit of height. So yeah, and it starts to rotate once I reach that. So there's like a sort of like range threshold. So right around here is where I just kind of look around, but there's no rotation. Then I get past a certain amount and it locks it past here, and then I start turning. And it starts adjusting until I no longer am in that. And if I pull left, it's constantly applying left based on the character, not on the camera. And if I pull right, it's always based on the character, not on the camera. Uh, and if I pull back, it slows me down, no matter what. It does rotate me because of the camera rotation is now being forced in that direction to the right. So this is the camera actually acting on this, and if I pull the thumbstick to the right, that's adding more of rotation. So I'm adding two layers of rotation, the camera and the controller. And when I pull back and then just turn the camera, then I'm rotating by camera and pulling back by the character's pitch. Yaw, or pitch. Yeah. So if I pitch forward, obviously I go forward faster. Yeah. All right. So next, if I just no input, I'm still moving forward at all times, so I don't just daintily fall down. If I pull back, I am still moving forward, just oh wait, no. Up, up. Am I moving backwards? I am moving backwards. Okay, so that's good to know. So you eventually can just force yourself to move backwards. That's funny. Okay, I didn't realize that. And I played a lot of Just Cause 4, by the way. All right, so next. Um, yeah, so there's also generic falling. Certain fall heights you will take damage, obviously. If I go high enough, I also have a jetpack to my to my uh whatever wingsuit. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop this, take off the wingsuit, and now I'm just generically falling, so I can just rotate the camera, and it will kind of act similar to the parachute, but it just kind of forces me to rotate. I can pitch, yaw to try and affect that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, and I can transition in and out of glide and uh, wingsuit at any time. So I'm gonna go really high up, so I can show that again. Okay. Obviously, I will die in the game if I just let myself splat on the ground. So, yeah, so this is kind of what it does. This one, the left and right on the thumbstick will actually just cause me to slightly rotate, and I can pitch, to go faster or slower, you know, affect my terminal velocity, descent, whatever. Next. Let's focus on the main thing that everyone loves in this game is the wingsuit. So the wingsuit, you can do it while grappling, you can do it while falling. It's pretty obvious while gliding with the parachute. I'm gonna just activate like this. You can also use the grapple to pull yourself in and gain more momentum. You can also use that accelerated grapple. I can turn with the thumbstick. Let me do this. Uh, Here, let me just go really, really high up so that way we have plenty of time to test this out. All right. So obviously I can pull back. Let me just get back to normal gliding. All right, wingsuiting. So I'm always descending, I pull back on the thumbstick and it just kind of does this, and I can do a backflip. It will change direction on where the camera is rotating. So if I pull back, obviously he's not going to go any further because the physics of the game just kind of force him to go downwards always. And yeah, so now I'm just kind of falling, not really moving horizontally. All right, so if I go like this, then I'm obviously speeding up, gaining momentum, pulling back. Now that I have some momentum, I can do a backflip again because I didn't have enough. And if I go left, it rotates the character. If I go right, rotates the character. And then I am pulling to the right. All right, so I'm going to pull back so that way my physics cause me to kind of move more horizontally, and then pitch for going more vertical. All right. So when I apply the jetpack, if I pull back, it's just going to pull back, causing it to go vertical, but it does not allow me to rotate and flip because they purposely put it like that. So I'm going so high up, I have so much velocity, I can just do a backflip here. Takes a second because I have to reach the apex of the height. So I can't just like force myself to, you know, to just like do backflips while just going up, which I think was really smart of them. Um, Going very high up into the clouds. So I can also do this behavior of just forcing myself to change my velocity really quickly by using the parachute and the glide in combination, like so. And it does affect the momentum and velocity of things while doing those transitions, but obviously this is just to showcase this. Uh, yeah, so going left. Forgive me, I also have a cold, that's why my voice sounds like this. So going left, right. They have these little trails to show that you are going very fast, very, very fast. Uh, Go like this. It's only when I'm turning, which is interesting. Uh, Leave that horizontal. Does it show it horizontally? No. Okay. I wish there was a speed value that it would just show me, so I can kind of measure that. Yeah. So if I hit the jetpack, that's just a boost, setting it even faster. Um, yeah. Oh, also the brake on this one, uh, they kind of basically they changed it from Just Cause 3 where you could actually slow yourself down enough by just pulling back on the thumbstick like so. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, now they just force a backflip. In Just Cause 3, they actually would do a behavior of basically the brake if you pull that back far enough. If I bounce into this, this is what happens, where I just kind of flop over and ragdoll. Um, Here I can show it also. I'm just doing this. I'm not going to bonk into something directly because I will die. Uh, that too much force, essentially. Um, but if I hold back and there we go. Feels very smooth, that transition. Do it again. Pressing the brake. There we go. Let me show what happens when I'm pressing the brake and pressing the input. As you can see, it just kind of does the input. I can also cancel the grapple, sorry. So if I'm pressing it, doing whatever, it just, it doesn't give you enough time to really do anything. So they just kind of layer it on top. Uh, so if I go like this, they also kind of do a little bit of fudging on the physics of the wingsuit when you're really close to the ground. Just a little tiny bit, just enough where it's like, okay, I want to kind of do this, yeah. Or it's just really fine-tuned on the physics of it, then it just feels like that. But it feels very much like when you're getting close to the ground, it will apply a little bit of force just to give you a little bit of boost. And there you go, just seeing me bonk around. The ragdoll is pretty fun in this game. They even have a dedicated button where you can hold the ragdoll if you want to. All right, so just keep doing this. See, so it kind of fudges it a little bit, so I could essentially go on forever. The same goes for the water. Oh, there we go, I'm in the water. All right, glide, or yeah, the whatever this is, I forget, hoverboard. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of generally the idea. I can also transition to the hoverboard and then to this and then back to the hoverboard all very seamlessly. I can do this, double tapping, and it will go into the glide or parachute, then back to hoverboard. A lot of transitioning, a lot of great work they did on this. I highly recommend checking it out. Just Cause 3 also has some other stuff that we could probably look at. It'd be very helpful. All right, so I'm gonna switch over to keyboard and mouse. All right, so we're back. I am not as familiar with keyboard and mouse, so uh, I know the grapple is this one. Press space goes into the glide. If I rotate the camera, it's the same behavior actually. So I'm trying to go further and it will not let me. So they kind of mimic the same behaviors as the controller. I hit this, oh, wrong button. That was control. All right, I think it was E, I think actually. Yeah, there you go. So E kind of does the same thing. Yeah, shit. Yeah, there we go. So they kind of mimic the gamepad approach, which is using basically just like a free looking camera while doing this stuff. Uh, Very pretty lights. But yeah, so let me actually look really quickly. What is the controls? Keyboard and mouse. Let's go to Sky Strider. What is that? Navigation maybe? Yeah. So wingsuit, air brake is controlled. That's to also close the parachute. Uh, so that seems to be the brake button generally. Uh, Jump, obviously. Let's go to, whoops, yeah, options, controls, keyboard, mouse. Let's go to grapple hook. That's the grapple hook, the controls, and all right, I'm trying to go back. There we go. Hoverboard. Those are the hoverboard controls. Same kind of behaviors, really. All right. So if I hit brake, yep, and yeah, it's the same thing. Just rotate towards the camera while falling. Let's do this. And then E, switch into that. Okay. So yeah, this is generally about the same kind of functionality. Free look camera, that kind of stuff. Um, which, by the way, on the gamepad, they also had a free looking camera. I'm going to switch to gamepad really quick just to show you. We do this. So yeah, you can see it's free looking camera kind of stuff. So yeah, then back to keyboard and mouse. All right. So yeah, it's generally the same behavior between two input modes or contexts. Uh, there's some weird pitching going on there, but it kind of fixes itself. I think the weird thing with this one is like it feels nice, but then it's like the pitch can feel really weird when doing like those kind of movements that I was doing. Let's actually swap into hoverboard. So yeah, it feels pretty similar. I'm not a keyboard and mouse person really, so like gamepad feels a lot better in my opinion, but you know, the controls seem very unified and the approach to, and it's all free look at all times for this stuff. Um, but except for the glide, which has a clamped rotation. But it feels very like the controls are very unified. So there's not much confusion of like, okay, how do I brake for this one? It's all the same thing, pressing control. And if I want to use the grapple, it's all the same button, which is the right mouse button. Uh, if I use the glide, there we go, right mouse button, gamepad, or sorry, not gamepad, right mouse button to use the grapple hook, so forth. And I can't rotate further. Let me see if I just, yeah, I can still combine layering on two rotations. Uh, and pitch, yaw, etc. No roll, not much on the roll for glide. There's some explosions happening over there. So yeah, and transition, yep. Then spacebar, switch back to this, and then V, yep, hoverboard. Yeah, controls are pretty seamless because the transitions allow it where I can go from any of these to another. So there's no real like loss of uh, expected input functionality on keyboard and mouse, which is a real problem that gamepad users like me always have, where the inputs always feel like I'm having to remember which button is which in certain contexts. So yeah, sadly they don't have a skin for the Back to the Future hoverboard though. That feels like a missed opportunity. Yeah, so that's the locomotion input related features for Just Cause 4.